Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a December week 1 check-in, paying myself back from my cash envelopes to put onto my credit card, and updating you on a few bills that I was waiting on when I set up my December budget. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing and hanging around. So for my electric bill, I had estimated $200. It came in at $163. So that was $37 that was budgeted for that I won't be using for my electric bill. So my plan is to take that and start funding my electricity fund that offsets the summer months. For my natural gas bill, I estimated $40. It came in at $42. So that was a difference of $2. So what I'll do is take $35. I'll take the $2 that I under budgeted, and take that out of my electricity where I over budgeted. Excuse me. It is very early in the morning on Sunday morning. I am going to work today. I am trying to get some errands done before I go to work. And then I have an errand to do at the mall once I get there. So it's been a very crazy week for me. So everything else pretty much looks the same. I know with my medical insurance, it ended up being $18.38. So it really only went up $7. I don't know what my final bill will be for the gym because they do an employee fund in the month of December, whether you want to or not. And then I did go ahead and cancel Playzona for the month of December, so that's $70 will just go back into my cushion in my account. And I went ahead and kept Elements. And that was the other one that I was thinking about putting on a pause, but I went ahead and kept it. Okay, so let's get going. Here is my transaction log for the first week. So I had some unbudgeted expenses, which, you know, happens in life. And I just want to take this moment to really kind of talk a little bit about budgeting, or my philosophy on budgeting, I should say. So I have been budgeting religiously since 2008. And what I found when I started to budget is the budget how I budgeted in 2008 and how I budget today in 2024 are very, very different. So in 2008, we had debt. I had student loans, we had credit cards, we had a mortgage. We never really have had car payments because I've always had a company car and my husband always paid cash for his car. You know, normally we buy used cars, we do buy nice cars, but we will usually buy a used car and pay cash. So really more of our debt was consumer debt, and we both had good jobs, both had good incomes, but we also spent a lot of money, you know, just going on vacation and doing things like that. So when I really took a look at financing and wanting to pay off debt, I really looked at money differently, and I started tracking it, and I started looking at interest rates, things like that. Fast forward to today, where my budget is very fixed, meaning that I pull a pension, my husband has a pension, we're both what I call semi-retired. I have a little part-time job that I do when I feel like it, that pays well and I enjoy it, but I don't pay bills with it. So that money is what I call incremental money, and I either save it, or I put it in sinking funds, or I spend it. My husband also has a part-time job that he saves all of that money, and that's kind of where we do big things with. Buy cars, go on vacations, things like that. He gets paid a lot more than I do in my part-time job. So, you know, to some people watching a video, particularly if you're new to my channel, you'll wonder why you don't see a lot of my husband's expenses in the budget. You know, like when I budget for gas, I'm budgeting for my gas. When I budget for, you know, other things like sinking funds, it's what I'm focusing on. There will be a time, and there has been times, where we've merged everything, and that tightens up my budget a lot, but it also enables us to kind of both save for something. So when I lay out my budget, I am laying out as our household expenses. I'm also laying out my personal expenses, the sinking funds, things like that. And then I'm not necessarily worried about, you know, his money for golf, his money for gas, things like that. That comes out of his incremental money. So that's kind of just how we've always worked it. I used to have a bonus. My bonus would go to what I wanted to do, and his incremental money would go to what he wanted to do, but both of our salaries went into a joint checking account, and those were all of our expenses. So I just want to take a moment. We do have a lot of new subscribers, so thank you very much for joining us. And I just wanted to be clear on how I budget. So let's go ahead and get started. So okay, I'm back. So I do color code, and that just makes it easy when I'm adding up for different categories. I'm going to bring you in just a little bit so you can see. Okay, so yellow is bills. So my bills money, I no longer pull from my account. I just go ahead and leave it there. And then I transfer over the amount that I've planned for bills onto my Capital One credit card, and I run as much as I can through Capital One. Not only from a tracking perspective, it's very easy for me to go back and look at, you know, what I paid and when I paid it, but also from a point perspective. So I do use the points for shopping for things that I probably don't need, or, you know, really don't have the money in my budget that time. I will use my points for shopping, or I'll use them for travel. So those were the bills that I had. And then for Christmas, which is a big part of my budget for this week, I have already paid those. So for Christmas, I had Amazon for $42, Amazon for $22. I need to stop buying for my granddaughter. It's really so fun to buy for her. 53, that was for my son-in-law. 68, that was my son-in-law. 58 was for me. And again, I in another video talked about I'm really bad at Christmas, but I build into my Christmas fund Black Friday. So I used to have separate sinking funds for Black Friday and then for Christmas, and then I realized I was just going to put it all in together. And then that way, when I start shopping for others, I also shop for myself. And I do take advantage of the Black Friday specials that are out. And then I had 200 for Christmas and 50 for Christmas. I think that was it. Okay, so $519 I have already paid to my Capital One card as a transfer from my Christmas savings account that's attached to my Capital One card. So I've already made that payment. And so what I've been trying to do is pay the bigger chunks weekly. And then by the 15th, I try to clear my card. And then at the end of the month, I clear my card. So those were my Christmas bills. Groceries, I went to Walmart. So $73 of that receipt goes towards wedding. I had to buy stamps for my daughter's thank you cards that she's sending out. So for groceries, it was $30. And then I went to, well, my husband went to Costco, and that was $149. So what I changed a little bit right now is my Capital One card. My husband has always had a card, and he's on all of the savings accounts. So should something happen to me, he has total access of everything. So, but he never used his card. He always used his card. He uses an American Airlines credit card. So I gave him back the Capital One card on the account that we share. And I said, please, for things that I would normally pay you back for out of our budget, like groceries or eating out, things like that, please use the Capital One card. So he did that. What I did not specify when I sent him to Costco with the credit card was, you know, here's roughly what I'm budgeting for the week for groceries. I get what we need, obviously, but if you could keep it around $125, that'd be amazing. So the whole bill was $215 or $213. So I was like, okay, what did you buy? $57 of that was steak. So we did have steak last night. It was amazing, but I normally will not spend that much in 1 week on groceries because then it doesn't leave us a lot for the rest of the month. But it was done. And of that bill, 64 were really my supplements that he had picked up. They were on sale, so he got 2 where I had just asked for 1. So I'm going to go ahead and take that money out of medicine, not out of groceries, because they really weren't groceries. So that leaves us for groceries for $179. So still a little bit over what, I had budgeted. But again, as long as we come out for the month, we're great. So 600 minus 179 is 421. So remaining down to week 2 is 421. Okay, eating out. We actually did pretty good this week because I worked a lot. So my daughter did some cooking. We did grab food a couple of times. So for eating out, it was 24 at Chick-fil-A, $12 at McDonald's. I just gotta tell you, when I was editing the last video, I talked about my weight loss journey and how I really, trying to eat so much better. And then it was like McDonald's, Sonic. So I'm sure when you were watching that, you were like, I think she's delusional of what good eating looks like. I am very picky what I eat when I go to these places, but yeah, it is kind of funny. I will probably never give up fast food. I love it, but I just try to make healthier choices while I'm there. And a lot of times I will get something and split it with my granddaughter when I go to Sonic. So just, a little bit of context for that. Chipotle, which I am totally addicted to, 19. And then Dairy Queen was not me, but that was, my daughter made dinner for us last Sunday night, and I guess she forgot to ask me to bring dessert. So I just gave them my credit card, and they ran to Dairy Queen and got dessert. Okay, let me just make sure. So 24 plus 19 plus 12 plus 24. So 79 for eating out. I've kind of made a little, I'm having a challenge right now with my daughter and son-in-law here, and my daughter working in my office, everything. I'm really struggling to find a place to film, so I'm a little cramped right here, so I apologize for the flipping back and forth. 79, 221. So I have 221 for the rest of the month, and this is a 5-week budget for me. So for spending, I took the $20 that I normally take out, and I still have that, mainly that money, plus I have additional money because I did a return and I got 15 something back. So I'm not going to take 20 out for this week, but I did use spending here. So my daughter went to a bridal shower last weekend, and she made a Christmas tree out of donut holes, like munchkins. So we had gone and bought 70 of them, I think, originally, which she paid for. And then we didn't have enough. So I went back and grabbed more while she was getting ready. And I just took that as spending. It was $19. But I used my card, obviously. So, oh, I had 2. I take that back. I spent $17 at Target. Now, part of that is going to be reimbursed because it was things I picked up for work. I'm covering for a friend of mine who, we were always co-workers, but she had a death in her family, so she had to leave. She's been out of town, so last week was really just about helping her out and getting a lot of this stuff done in her absence. So there were a couple receipts in here that I put a note on that they were work expenses. So I've gone ahead and billed them to my hours, so they'll be paid back. So I'm not really taking them out of my budget because they're just there and then they'll be covered. So part of that $17 was that, but in the meantime, I'm just going to take it out of my spending. So 17 plus 19 plus the original 20 was 56. So I started 200 minus 56. I should have 144 after I pay myself back in spending. Entertainment I did not use, so I still have the 100. Personal care I used 40 and that was cash, so I should have 160. I did go ahead and get a massage. The tip was 160. It's not the same. You know, when you find a massage therapist that you love, it's very hard to go to somebody else. So it was okay. I did not spend money for my mom. I unfortunately did not get to see her this week. So I will see her. I didn't get to see her last week. I will see her this week. Medicine, the supplements are coming out of here. So they were, I think it was 64 altogether. 64. So I do need to move from medicine to back to my back to bank. So that leaves me with, let's see, 100 minus 64, 36 left in medicine, which should be fine. I think I have everything I'm going to need for the rest of this month. Gas, I got gas once, and that was $28. I knew I was going to be driving a lot this week, and I didn't want to have to stop. And then yesterday I drove completely an hour across town to drop off all of the supplies that I used in her storage center, so she didn't have to worry about that when she got back. So it was an hour there, hour back. So I'm gonna have to fill up again, is what I'm saying basically. So gas was just one at 28. So 300 minus 28 is 272. I did not spend anything in miscellaneous. And I did not spend anything in household. Okay, so if you look at, there's a few things on here that are not highlighted. So for wedding, I still have a savings account for wedding, even though all the bills have been paid. I'm waiting on one bill, and that's the video. I paid him half, and then he'll pay me. I paid him half, and then he'll bill me for the rest when the video comes in, so that money is left. And then I left a little bit of a cushion for things like this where, you know, I knew I was going to pick up things or I needed a little something. So I took that 73 out of the wedding fund, and I've already transferred that onto my card. And then for medicine, doesn't really have a color. Oh wait, I did take something out of household. This is like an insert for drawers, so okay, let me fix that. 29. $71. Okay, I can already tell I'm not going to have enough ones to do all this. So I might have to average some things and then pay the fund back later. Okay, so that is what basically I spent. Now I did have some unbudgeted. And the unbudgeted items I've already transferred onto my card from my checking account. I don't keep an unbudgeted fund per se. I know a lot of budgeters will. They'll just keep like a rollover money or whatever. I kind of use miscellaneous for that, but these were a little bit bigger than that. So the work one is going to be reimbursed. This unbudgeted and that unbudgeted. So what I did, I sent my friend a card and then a gift card, because one of the things I find when, you know, you have a death in the family that's not really planned for at all, and you have friends and relatives coming in and everybody's kind of in and out, the planning of meals and the groceries and all those things are just kind of like one more layer of things you have to manage when you're in that kind of a situation. So if she was local and her family was local, I would have sent meals over to her, because I feel like if you can take one thing off their plate, like feeding people, that frees them up time to do other things that they need to do. But because she's in another state right now, I went ahead and sent a gift card and a card, and I expressed mailed it there because of the fact that I know she was coming back later on this week, but she would need it there, not here. So that's what the $9 and the $2.21 were for. It was to send those to her. And then I did highlight the work one just because it's on my card, but I'll get my paycheck this week and then I'll just pay that back, or I'll use out of my cushion. And that was for sticker paper. And that was $61. And I really don't do anything with my shop as far as on my channel. Like, I don't cash stuff for what I make on Etsy. I don't talk about it really that much. It's really more of a separate entity for me. I don't pull money from my Etsy shop. I just use it for kind of a cushion. I pay the bills that are related to my shop on, you know, from the Capital One account that I've set up for the shop, and I just transfer money onto my card. So I do have a separate credit card that all my subscriptions for the shop bill to, like Canva, my HP Instant Ink, my Dropbox, things like those. But when I buy supplies, I tend to just keep them on my Capital One and then just transfer the money out. So that's, I highlighted as a sinking fund, but that's kind of how I manage that. Okay, so I think it was a pretty good week overall. I did not, two things I tried really hard not to do this week was to eat in the mall, because, you know, is one of my favorite things to do. But I decided that I would pack a lunch or pack, you know, snacks per se. And I just kept it in my car, and it was really nice kind of just to go out in my car for a few minutes in the very hectic week and just sit and listen to my audiobook and drink my Coke Zero and have a snack and then refresh and go back to work. So it worked out well, and it kept me out of the food court and out of the pretzel place, which I love. So that's one way I wanted to kind of cut back on my spending a little bit, and that's probably why I still have money in my wallet right now. And the other thing I did this week was I went ahead and put money into this. I've had this for probably 7 or 8 years, and it's the pocket size, and I've set it up at different times. So these are envelopes that I had set up in the past. And this is what I would do when I carried my envelopes with me. I wouldn't bring like the whole binder because that would never fit in my purse. But I put money in here for personal care because I knew I was going to get the massage. Spending went in here. So I put money for my mom in here. Anything that I thought I might need for the week, I put in here. And then last night when I was writing down my transactions, I took all the money out of here and put them back into their main envelopes. And then this will stay home this week because I don't have anything planned as of now. So I just wanted to show it because you will see it at different times on my channel. So let's start with groceries. So groceries was $179. So I'm gonna put that over there. This is my rollover money. It definitely needs to give some love because I've used some of it and I probably should have paid more of it back. So for $179, I'm just gonna take out $180. Okay, so I owe myself $9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should have $421. 1, 2, 3, 50, 370, 390, 410. 415. No, we're already off, right? My math right? Yeah, it's 421. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 50, 370, 390, 410, 415, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alrighty then, if I did 180, okay, so I only should have given, right? Okay, I'm just gonna redo this really quick. So 150, 670, oh, because it was 190, not. For the love. Okay, so 150, 170, 190. So I should have given myself back minus 179. I should have given myself back 11, not 9. Okay. You all know I can't do math once the camera goes on. So let me put this back. Let's see if this is right now. 1, 2, 3, 350, 370, 390, 410, 415, 421. Okay, there we go. You were probably watching it happen going, oh no, it's already wrong. It's the beginning of the video. She's already wrong. Okay, there we go. We're all good. And I know that there's a lot of people out there on budgeting that really highlight the fact that these are real numbers. These are real numbers. This is real math. I don't edit it out. This is my life. So, you know, I know you all understand because you've all been with me for a long time. So 79 for eating out. So 50, 70, 80. I owe myself 1. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 200, 1021. So 221, that is correct. And I went ahead and updated the funding, but I will write these out later. So for spending, I need to pay back my card 56. So 20, 40, 50, 60. So 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I should have 144, 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20. Okay, I put in 60. I gave myself 4. 20, 40, 60, 81. And 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. Oh, okay. That should have been 76. Minus 76, 124. Okay. So I used the 2 and then the original 20, which I forgot to add back in. Okay, so it should be 124. 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, household was 29. And because I don't trust my math this morning, minus 29. I'm going to put 50 in and take 21 out. So I should now have 71, which I do. Okay, my mom, I did not spend money. Medicine, I need to pay my card back 64. So $6 back. Yeah, 14 back. So 80. So I have 20, 30, 5, 36. Okay, so medicine is right. Gas was 28. So I'm put 40 and take 12 back. I think the caffeine has kicked in. I'm starting to think a little bit better now. So if I had 28, so 40 minus 28, 12. Okay, so 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 72, 272. Okay, we're good. We're rolling now. So personal care, I already took the 40 out. So I should have 160 in here. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 145, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So 160 in personal care. Okay, so this is done. And then let me see if there's any other envelopes I need to pull from. No. Okay. Why did I think I had to pull something out of here? Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Okay, so because I over budgeted for electricity, I'm going to take 35 out of my back to bank money, because that's money I would have had to use that I'm not going to have to use. And I'm going to put 35 into electricity. So I live in Arizona. If you don't know, our utility bills go up into $600-700 I think 6 something was my high, or almost 600 was my high last year. And we had a record heat, so there was that. So any month that I budget my average, which is 250, and if I'm under that, I will start to fund this. So it's just a way for me to build a cushion up for the summer months when I'm paying a lot more. We do have a program in Arizona where it equalizes your billing, but I would prefer to keep the money longer and then have a slush fund for when it does go up. I think that's it out of here. Okay, that was the only thing I need to do there. And then the last thing on my video today, if you have followed along for a little bit, you know that I had ordered a new Erin Condren planner for 2025 for my budget book. Last couple of years I've done something different, but I really missed it. I was sent a wrong one. I let them know. They sent me another one that was still wrong, and I finally got my corrected one, and I'm getting ready to set up my 2025 budget, which I'm going to film next week. Super excited. I did create a new sticker kit for the budget year. I actually have 2 different ones that are 2 different patterns. And I simplified it than what I've done in the past. In the past, I've done a lot of customized ones, and it was really a nightmare because I'm asking people to decide like what their categories were up front, which, you know, I know my categories, but it doesn't mean everybody else knew, you know, what categories they were going to have. And getting somebody to type them out and reply, and then me asking questions on the sizing that they wanted just became so lengthy to get orders out. So this time I'm going to have a separate listing if you do want to customize your budget. Categories, if you don't, the main skeleton will all be consistent, and then you can fill in your own categories based on that. So depending on which way you want to go, if you want to go ahead and have like printed labels and you want it all to be cohesive, great, there'll be a listing for that. If not, then it'll be how you want to set it up. So, but the benefit is that I have 2 planners that I'm not using that Erin Condren told me to go ahead and keep. So I'm going to use these 2 as a giveaway, and they are both the monthly deluxe. They are different patterns. So this one is called the Bold Blooms. And this is kind of what it looks like. It is monthly calendars with the line pages between, and this is what I use to set up my budget. And then this one, it used to be called Layers, but it's called something else now. And this one has more of a, like, a watercolor kind of palette and the coloring. So they're both 2025. They're both the exact same planner other than the color theme. The one that I eventually got, I got the canvas, and there's no color to it. And the reason why I wanted to do that was I do monthly budget kits, so I wanted a clean palette just so that I wasn't whiting out things or having to compete with different colors. So these 2 planners, untouched, brand new, I'm going to use on a giveaway. Because you are currently watching my video, you're going to get a second entry into the giveaway. We'll do a really quick blurb on the giveaway for a separate video, just because, you know, there's guidelines in YouTube when you do a giveaway, so it needs to be fair to all. So you'll get an extra entry into the giveaway because you're watching this video, and then you can also enter on the other video. So it'll be the planner. I'll draw 2 names. The first person's name I draw will have a choice of which one. The other one will get which one they don't choose. And it's a $25 credit to my shop, Pretty Productive. And then you can either order a monthly kit, or you can order the yearly kit, or you can order planning stickers, whatever you want. But you will have a credit that you can pick out your own items from my shop. So that will be the giveaway. I'm going to post the video hopefully Monday or Tuesday, and then quickly draw a winner, because I want to be able to send the planner out and have the person have it for setup for the new year. And of course they could use it as a planning book too. It's totally up to you. But I don't want them to go to waste, and, you know, I really thought Erin Condren would send me a return label, but they didn't, so they said keep it. So I'm like, okay, great. I did order covers to match just so that the person who won would have covers for them. Okay, so that's everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support, your kind words, your feedback. It's great. And, you know, hoping we all have an amazing month this month. Oh, one more thing on the giveaway. What is your major 2025 money goal? You know, if you could pick one of your money goals for 2025, what is it? I will share mine when we talk about the giveaway. Okay, thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.